Morning everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm back here at Ciocca Kia in Ewing, New Jersey for the all-new, brand new design, new platform, new everything, 2023 Kia Niro. This one is the SX Touring, which is the top trim. This thing is loaded up with everything, and what do we have for powertrain in this particular one? We have the standard hybrid version. You can also get a plug-in hybrid and a full electric Niro. But we're going to start here with the standard hybrid Niro. Let's dig in. All right, we are at the front end, and this one has been redone top to bottom. There are no more tiger nose grille here on this particular Niro hybrid. It's just flat across right underneath the Kia badge. This color, which I really love, is called Cityscape Green. We have a large functional grille down below. We have LED lighting all over this car, LED headlights, LED fog lamps, LED daytime running lights, LED turn signals, the whole schmear. We have an all new look on this daytime running light, which you can see this almost like lightning bolt, or, you know, I think it's the Big Dipper. You got the Big Dipper, like, you know, on the Constellation. That could be what they call this, the Big Dipper daytime running lamp. Who knows? But overall, it's looking really good up front. Let me know your thoughts. All right, wheel and tire setup on this Niro. We have the 18-inch wheel, right? We have gloss black or charcoal gray, depending on what you want to call it, with silver accents. This kind of looks like, you know, we had the Big Dipper daytime running light. This one kind of looks like wine glasses on the spokes. Or maybe golf tees. Let me know what you think about that. Standard brake and rotor package. Tire size, 225 on the width, 45 series sidewall, 18s, all four corners. All right, full profile of the all-new redesigned Niro, and we got a whole lot of gloss black action going on the outside of this car. The overall design I like. I'm not so sure about all the gloss black around the wheel wells, along the bottom of the front and rear door, and of course that big black arrow blade, which is what Kia calls it, where the fuel filler cap is in the back. It's a very bold and brave design by Kia, I think, with those accents. I'm just not so sure it's going to wear well over time, and I'm not so sure people want that arrow blade in a different color. But you know what? Let me know what you think. We'll spend more time on that arrow blade as we move in closer to the car. But like I said earlier, we have gloss black all over the bottom of this car. It looks great new. Not so sure how it's going to be handled after a few years driving. However, we do have color matched on the side view mirror, a very interesting and unique LED turn signal. We are color matched with some chrome trim on the front and rear door handle. And now we have the fuel filler cap on the left. This whole black area here is called the arrow blade. And why do they call that? Because it is functional. As you can see, air will channel down the side of the window in behind the arrow blade and then back out the rear side of it, as you can see here, to let wind pass by the side of the car to improve the coefficient of drag and increase mileage and range to the tank. That's what it's there for. Now this one is optioned with the ebony arrow blade. If you don't like that look, you can get the arrow blade, which again is this black area here, in body color. So you could get it in this green here, and then it's, you know, it won't stick out as much. It won't look as brave or as shouty. It'll blend in with the rest of the bodywork. It'll give you a more conservative look. So let me know which way you would go here. The black arrow blade to really stand out, or would you option it with the body color and mute it down a bit? Let me know your thoughts. Up top, we have a color matched shark fin antenna and a standard style sunroof, gloss black on the side roof rails. Okay, rear of the car, we have obviously that Cityscape Green. We have a large roof spoiler coming off the top. The rear wiper is on the bottom of the glass. Again, I'd like to see that tucked up underneath that roof spoiler to, number one, clean up the design, but number two, protect that from the elements and from car washes. We have the Kia badge in the middle, Niro on the left, HEV or hybrid electric vehicle badge on the right. Down below, we have our reverse lights on either side and turn signals on either side with the silver trim underneath that, and we have the exhaust is coming out the bottom right of this particular car. All right, underneath the hood of this Niro, what are we looking at? We're looking at a 1.6 liter inline 4-cylinder engine with hybrid drive. Horsepower, we're talking about 139 horsepower, but the hybrid drive is going to help the torque at 195 pound-feet of torque. So that, even with the lower horsepower, that should help this car get off the line a little bit better than otherwise would. MPGs, 53 in the city, 45 on the highway, 49 combined. Estimated range to tank, 588 miles. Minimum octane rating on the engine is 87, so you can run this on regular unleaded gas. All right, we are inside this brand new 2023 Kia Niro SX Touring hybrid electric vehicle. And before we get started with the interior review, you're going to want to know, Mike, how much does this thing cost? Well, I can tell you what the MSRP is. MSRP on this car, the way it is optioned, $36,880. Let's check out the interior. Starting with the footbox, we have a nice large aluminum dead pedal, aluminum brake, and aluminum finish on the accelerator. Nice touch. There are carpeted floor mats that are in the cargo area. We have power assist for the driver, manual assist on the front seat for the passenger. We have this all vegan leather seating, which is really nice. Nice design, nice feel to it, nice bolstering, not too tight, but not too weak either. A nice design in the middle, but very nice vegan leather. Actually, this entire interior is made out of recycled materials. Door panel action, well, what do we got? We got soft touch material up top, flat black around the brushed aluminum door handle, flat black along the switchgear, but a lot of gloss black design on the side of the door there. As you can see, that is a pretty heavy amount of gloss black, but it's not in an area other than the door handle where you're going to touch, so it shouldn't get in the way that much, but it is a lot of gloss black. Then we have a nice soft armrest. As we move over to the dash, again, we have soft touch recycled material up top, some more of that gloss black, and then down below that we have plastic, and then we have a nice large glove box. All right, infotainment system time. What do we have? We have that standard Kia 10.25-inch infotainment system, map, touchscreen, nice pinch to zoom, dual panel action, which I like. And you can keep a whole bunch of different information up there. So again, we can do driver profiles. We can set up and move into our settings. We can arrange the sound how we would like it, as far as the speakers and the volume and all that good stuff. We do have the optional Harman Kardon sound system in here, so it is going to be an upgraded sound system. You can go into general settings as well. And then you can go into your system update the date and time. Put it on daylight savings time, goes permanently on that. You got your navigation, you got your vehicle settings, so you got a whole bunch of different stuff that you can go into and configure how you would like it. I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but this is Apple CarPlay and Android Auto compatible. And we do have ability to wire it in. I don't believe it is wireless, because I haven't seen anything on there to indicate that, but if you know whether it's wireless or not, please let me know. But as far as I know, this 10.25-inch system is still on a wired basis for Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. Here's your four-way hazards, 2 heat and air vents. We have the panel here for your navigation and head unit and music choices here. And if you push the fan button, boom, it automatically switches to your heat and air controls. So it is a dual panel action on there as well, which is kind of neat. Down below, we do have a 12 volt a USB-A, a USB-C, and wireless charging. So that's a nice touch. We move down further. Here is our gear shift to go through this 6-speed dual clutch transmission. Engine start stop. We have heated and ventilated seats for the front for the two front passengers, and they are 3 stages each, which is nice. A heated steering wheel, which I love. Auto brake hold. Here's your parking sensors. Here's your rear camera. Talking about the rear camera, we'll put this in the reverse. And now we got rear camera action with your sensors on the right, and with nice clarity with trajectory. So no problem with that action. Down further, we have our brand new Kia Key Fob, pretty much same as the others. Lock, unlock, pop the tailgate, panic button, remote start, nice weight. Down here, 2 cup holders. We have a nice semi-soft armrest, open it up, and a very small area for storage. Okay, here's our Kia steering wheel. Nice vegan leather wrapped steering wheel, 10 and 2 notches, feel good. We got gloss black around the switchgear. On the left, we have our adaptive cruise control and safety suite, and on the right, our telephone and voice commands. Down below, our drive mode button. We do have paddles to go up and down the 6-speed dual clutch. On the stalks right here, you have your controls for your headlights and fog lamps, and then on the right, both windshield wipers. Down on the left, to brighten and dim the dash, pop the trunk, 12-volt battery reset, and that is a feature on these Kia hybrids and plug-ins and electric cars, that if you're going away, and let's say you're parking the car for an extended period of time, the system would automatically shut the battery down so it won't be dead when you get back from your trip. When you come back from your trip, you can use the key fob to open the door, and then you push this 12-volt battery reset, and it wakes the battery back up, gets the car ready for action. And then we have our traction control off. Drive modes down here, if I haven't mentioned. Now we come up to the digital dash, which is very, very nice. And here are our drive modes. Right now it's in Eco, and then we can go to Sport, and we get some red on the on there, and then we can go back to Eco. So there are our drive modes right there, Eco and Sport. We're going to leave this on Eco because people who buy this car are going to want some serious gas mileage, and this car delivers. Everything is digital. Everything looks nice. I think it's a well done dash by Kia in this car. Okay, overhead console time. Here is your lighting. It's LED interior lighting all the way around, which is nice. In order to get the lights to come on when you open and close the door, this button has to be pushed in with the orange light on. So then when you open the door, the lights come on, and when you close the door, the lights go off. Here is our control for our standard style sunroof, which is right there. Up and down, which is nice. Then we have our SOS button and the Kia Connect button to match up with your phone. That's through your phone and through Kia in case you have a problem on the road. Also, this car has the power fold mirror option. So the mirrors will fold in, the side view mirrors, when you lock the car, or you can do it yourself if you're putting it through a car wash by using this button right up top. You push that in and the mirrors fold in. Push it down again and the mirrors fold out. So a nice touch on this Niro. All right, we are in the back of this 2023 Niro, and in typical Kia fashion, I have plenty of room back here. I have the seat set for my driving position. I have plenty of room for my knees, 5'11", plenty of room for my head, plenty of shoulder width room, a nice consistency of design front to back, right? Same door design with the black on top of the, instead of soft touch, this is hard plastic. Then we have flat black on the brushed aluminum switchgear on the window, and then we have flat black and a nice soft armrest. So overall, it's a nice place to be here in the back of this Niro. All right, the rear console, we have 2 heat and air vents, which is nice. We have USB-Cs on the back side of the driver and front passenger seat for rear seat passengers, which is a nice touch. We have 2 fairly large seat pockets for both rear passengers, and then we come around to the center armrest. Nice soft touch material with 2 cup holders. So overall, it's a nice place to be in the back of this Niro, and I think the car is designed very, very well. All right, we open in the rear tailgate. Here is our key fob. We are going to push and open the tailgate button, we get some lights flashing, nice electric assist on the way up, and then we have electric assist on the way down using this button. And then in the back we have some nice space with the rear seats up. Here are our carpeted floor mats and the carpeted cargo. And then if you open up the bottom here, we do have a fix-a-flat, no spare. And now to get the rear seats down, you can do it right from back here. You pull up this lever and push them down, pull up this lever, push it down. They fold fairly flat, and now we have a nice large area in the back for those larger items that you may need. We also have some LED lighting in the cargo area, which is nice, and some tie downs. So you can bring some larger items in here. So again, a great use of space by Kia in their SUVs, or in this case, their CUV. All right, we are heading out of the dealership in this 2023 Kia Niro SX Touring Hybrid. And right away we're going to see if this 139 on a horsepower is a little bit too slow for this Niro. So off we go. I'm hoping the torque will kick in and the engine fires off, and we're down the road. And you know what? For how this car is going to be used and driven, that's fine. That is absolutely just fine. Now your plug-in hybrid powertrain for the Niro is going to get you 180 horsepower with the same torque, 195. So it's going to be a little bit more powerful, but the car will be heavier because it'll have extra electric batteries in it. And then the full EV Niro will give you 201 horsepower and about 195 on the torque as well. So this is definitely the least powerful engine of the three powertrains that are offered. All powertrains are offered with the same 6-speed dual clutch, no CVT. So thank you, Kia, for no CVT. That's a big deal in this segment for sure, because most of the other competitors in the segment have CVTs in their cars, including Toyota with their RAV4, which is the benchmark for this segment. And this is what Kia is trying to work into with this all-new redesign on the Niro. But overall, the driving experience is fine. I mean, it is a smaller SUV, so it's smaller than I would prefer. But you know what? I have great visibility out the windshield, nice visibility out of the side glass. So that's good. I'm just trying to set my side view mirrors. I forgot to do that before I left the dealership. It's got all the safety suite in it: blind spot, cross traffic alert, traffic sign recognition, lane keep assist, highway traffic alert, all that jazz. So that's fine. And the visibility, again, out the side glass, side view mirrors on the rear is fine. Kia does a good job with that. They also do a really good job with interior space, because I do feel very, very comfortable behind the wheel. And the other thing I like in this particular one, and I'm assuming, I'm going to make the assumption this is an SX Touring feature, but when you let's say you have the car set to your driving position that you like, and you do have two memory seats for the driver, which is nice in this car. You have your memory seat set, but when you turn the car off to get out, the driver's seat will automatically slide back to give you more room to get out of the car. When you get back in the car and start it up, the seat will return to your preset driving position. So that's a nice feature, especially in a small crossover utility vehicle like this one. So I do like that feature quite a bit. We don't have the blind spot detection for your turn signals like we do in some of the larger Kias, like the Sportage and the Telluride and this, right? That's not there because there's no 360 cameras on this car. I think for a Niro SX Touring trim, 360 cameras would be expected. At least I would expect them, especially at a price tag of close to $37,000 for this car. That's not cheap for a Niro. I mean, that's pretty expensive for a Niro. And just think the PHEV and EVs are going to be in the same price range, maybe even a little bit higher. So again, this is the top trim. You can get lower trims that are going to take you down. Maybe base trim will get in this car will be about 32. So that's kind of where you are, between 32 and 40 for a Niro, depending on your equipment and the trim level, roughly. But it is nicely done. You know, they make a big deal, just like EV6, they make a big deal about this entire interior being made of recycled materials. The seats are vegan leather. The seat inserts are eucalyptus, which I think is very, very interesting choice. And then we have recycled plastic that they're using for the soft touch material on the dash and whatnot. So Kia wants to make a point that they are very green in the use and production of the Niro, just like they make a point of that with the EV6. So we're just cruising right now at about 34 miles an hour here past the school. And I'm going to see if I can bring up here for a minute the average miles per gallon. There we go. So right now we are 2.5 miles into the trip. And we are averaging about 36 miles an hour down these side roads, and I'm averaging 52.3 miles per gallon. Wow, that is some great use of MPGs for sure. And this is just a regular hybrid, which is probably the one that I would go with over the full EV or the plug-in. Full EV for me doesn't have enough range. The estimated range full charge on a Niro EV on a new one is about 253 miles, roughly, maybe a little bit less depending on where you're living, the terrain that you're driving in, and of course the weather, the temperature. And it's going to take, out a DC fast charger, it's going to take about 40 minutes to go from 10% to 80%. So it's not convenient for me, for sure. The plug-in's a much heavier car, and the gas mileage overall, gas and electric combined, isn't as good as this, because the car's just heavier, even though you do get about 34 miles of all electric range before the engine kicks in. I think this is the one for me. If I was looking at one of these cars, is a standard hybrid, because even with the least powerful engine via horsepower, it still has that 195 pound-feet of torque like the others to get you up and going, you know, in a decent amount of time. Not fast, but you're not going to feel like, oh my God, I stepped on the gas and the car's not going anywhere. It will move for you, and it will get you down the road comfortably. I like the ride. The ride is a bit firm. It's not as wallowy as I would expect, but again, this is a smaller SUV. Now, this is a big-time redesign, right? Exterior and interior, all new platform. So this car, more construction here with tree limbs, dead trees getting cut down. But anyway, this car is wider, it is taller, and it is longer than the outgoing Niro. So they've made this car bigger all around, and therefore you're getting that nicer feel inside, that more spacious feel inside. You know, the nice textures on everything, and it feels good. Excuse me. So we have the dual touch haptic feedback, they call it, on the heat and air, as well as your media controls. So some people like that, some people don't. I think it looks pretty good. So that's good. And now we're finally got to go, and so we're going to try to get on the highway and just give you guys an idea of how this is going to merge onto the highway at highway speeds. So I'm going to start off at the speed limit on this road, which is 35. So I'm going 35 now, and now I got to get up to speed to about 65, 70. So here we go. $58, $65, and 70, and here I am merging on the highway, no problem. So a really nice merge, very confident. I'm very confident behind the wheel of this car because the steering's good, the ride's good, the suspension's well damped, it turns in really nice when you want to turn. So Kia really did a nice job on this car. The exterior is the obviously brave design, especially with that different color aero blade in the back, which some people are like, oh man, that looks awful, and some people are like, hey, that looks really cool. So I'd like to know where you guys are on that for sure, and whether you would go with the black aero blade or the body color. For me, I'd probably go body color. Let me know what you think. We're coming up here now to the off-ramp, so we're going to zip into this off-ramp and start heading back to the dealership. Fortunately, I got some guy that's just so slow in front of me. But what else is new? Current mileage on the trip, we are now 5.1 miles in, and our average MPG is now 49.6. So it went down a little bit, and that's because I stepped on the gas to get this thing up to speed for the highway. And now we'll start sliding this back down towards the dealership. But again, you know, great gas mileage on this particular car. You're going to average right around 50 miles to the gallon in combined driving. The official estimate from the federal government is 49, but you're going to average right around 50. Combined mileage in this car, I think that's fantastic. The estimated range at 588, I think, is unbelievable compared to what you can get in a full EV car. So I think Kia has done the trick with this new Niro. Again, pricing has gone up from 2022. This is not an inexpensive car by any stretch of the imagination. But let me know what you guys think. How do you like this new Niro? Is this something that would interest you? Are you looking at the RAV4, or maybe the product from Honda or Hyundai? Just kind of give me an idea what your thoughts are on this all-new Niro. I really appreciate Ciocca Kia in Ewing for giving the channel access to this all-new Niro, which just arrived at the dealership the day before yesterday. They just got this out of PDI, so it's ready to go. Just be mindful that you need to take it easy on the engine for the first 600 miles on a Kia to make sure it breaks in correctly. So keep that in mind if you're looking at buying one of these cars. I want to thank all of you for watching today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Please also consider subscribing and turning on that notification bell so you'll never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone. And just one last thing. We are now 6.5 miles into our trip, and we're averaging 51.5 miles per gallon. I'll leave you with that thought. So long. Quick addendum. We're just about back to the dealership. We're just about done with our drive, and look at that average miles per gallon. We're averaging right around 60 miles per gallon. Gotta love it.